I'm really excited to welcome you here today. Feels like a little bit of a party because I know so many of you, but yet there are some people in the room that I haven't met before. So I'm Jan Kestle, if we haven't met, and if we haven't, I sure would like to speak to you this morning. As we said in our announcement that we sent out, we have something really important to tell you about today. But first of all, in case you don't know us, I just want to level set a little bit. You know, Environics Analytics has been around for 20 years, and we work with a lot of people. Got some Environics by the numbers up on the screen. So our focus for a long time has really been helping people with insights, how to know their customers, how to segment, how to create personas, and how to really use the research to understand the customers that you want to engage with and retain. But in the last couple of years, we've really worked to move across that divide, to help that insight that you're using to understand your customers and consumers and your users if you're in a public sector organization, to help you understand how to connect with them better, how to actually be data-driven in terms of your marketing and your media buying, and finally, that panacea, that holy grail, to be able to measure the outcomes of the dollars that you spend. And so the announcement today is a major breakthrough in my career and things that I've faced where we really had to get to a new level that's going to take us further across that great divide. Last year, we worked with 466 advertisers in Canada, 26 agencies, 30 non-media related reseller partners, and 30 media publishers and platforms. This was really important for us to finally get our data out there in the ecosystem that could be combined with other data so that you could buy against the groups that you've identified as your best potential customers. We had 338 organizations and 916 users on our Envision platform. It's a platform that's used by analysts and marketers and location and analysis teams alike to understand marketing, location intelligence. They ran 300,000 reports. So if sometimes we think, well, you know, maybe data and analytics aren't being widely used. Across this customer base, these customers ran 300,000 reports using our DemoStats data, our PRISM system, our social values, which are uniquely positioned to help understand the best messages for different groups, and also our economic and financial data, wealthscapes and household spend, and then all of the behavioral databases that we create with many partners in this room, where we can actually assess for the 750,000 postal codes of Canada the behaviors that people are likely to exhibit. And of course, many of you know we launched our mobile movement product, which really helped us understand where people go and more specifically what stores they visit. And we also had another evolution in the past year and a half, which was customers who were used to uploading their customer data into Envision at the postal code level to do all that analysis, started to look to us to help them blend their first-party data and really monetize and use their first-party data for meaningful information, blend that with that of others. So in the past year, through an investment that we made a year and a half ago to really move into the data collaboration and clean room space, we did 20 POCs, well, some actual projects, but 20 POCs. Is that outside? Where we combined information from multiple advertisers and media platforms, and then also across multiple screens. It was a really great learning experience for us, and it reminded us how important it is for everyone to be able to leverage their first-party data and combine it with that of others. And as you know, I've been around for a long time, so there's always that stage where people say, well, you know, now we have our own CRM, we won't need your crappy old postal code stuff. Then they say, well, now we're in the digital world, we won't need your third-party data anymore. And then now we hear, well, now that we're all going to leverage our first-party data. But what we've learned as we work with all of you and many others in the industry, that the more data we have and the more we're able to really use it in a fit-for-purpose way, the more we're going to be able to influence the effectiveness that we have. But the thing that's always still been a challenge is how do we measure the effectiveness and the outcome? We do all that with a lot of ad tech partners. I'm not going to read, but we have our logo slides. These are all the organizations in Canada that take our data and make it available to buy against or to measure against. These are the data and software partners that we work in. I always say Canada's a small market, and so there's a really great incentive for the industry to work together. And the thing I'm hearing most often is, we just don't know who's doing what. We hear you do this and they do that. And what we're trying to do is create an opportunity in Canada, given the challenges that we face with a slightly more difficult privacy environment and a small market where you can't invest in making everything customized for Canada. We're asking you to join with us and all of these partners, including our industry association partners, who I really appreciate are represented here today. Because we think what we need to be successful is a big tent. And what we are going to be announcing today is Environics Analytics' contribution to creating that big tent in Canada that we can all work together in. And I don't mean a tent that's got a three-winged circus inside where everybody's pulling in a different direction and doing something different. I'm looking for the kind of tent where we all get together and we bring families and partners and friends together to create something that has a purpose and that's moving towards something that helps everyone. So that's why today we're delighted to announce that Environics Analytics and LiveRamp have entered into a partnership to bring LiveRamp technology to Canada to benefit advertisers, publishers, agencies, and platforms. What do we get from that? We get this best-in-class data collaboration hub, privacy forward, a Canadian identity solution that many people in this room have been trying to build and many people contribute to. This is going to bring all of those pieces of the puzzle together. And at the end of the day, we're going to be able to measure, the old joke, I know half my advertising works, but I don't know which half. We're going to be able to measure, did they actually buy? Did they click? Did they go in your store? Did you have an outcome that really makes a difference? And we're going to be able to do that inside a collaboration space with an identity solution, and we're going to be able to really deliver addressability at scale. It's an end-to-end solution across the open web and also across the walled gardens. These solutions are interoperable with all clouds and with all clean rooms. And the LiveRamp solutions are used by 900 brands, 18,000 domains, and 150 platforms in 22 markets. And today, we're announcing that it's going to be available in Canada. I'm so thrilled to be able to have this partnership. We've invested and we've done some work, but we only got so far. And this is enabling us to move quickly to deliver to you what we think you need and what is going to be a game changer for the Canadian marketing and advertising industry. And I can't imagine a better partner. I mentioned before we have a lot, but working with these people and understanding their technology and understanding how much investment they're making and how that investment is being really made available to us to bring to you. It's a fantastic development for Environics Analytics.